For Grandville, your inspector Le Broc is quite massive, and his style is really particular. How do you conceptualize? How do you think about this character in particular, and his assistant, which makes think at the assistant of Sherlock Holmes? Do you think there is a connection between this kind of books and your way to think about your character, Le Broc?
Yeah, the Sherlock Holmes show is a big influence on this, and in a way, it's me doing Sherlock Holmes basically. But
yeah,
I think a lot of the character of Le Broc comes from the fact that he's a badger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, my first notion originally was to have the detective a rat, because I'm quite fond of rats.
Yeah, I heard you love the rats.
Yeah, and my first notion was a rat, and I thought, no, I'm making a badger, because badgers are very striking. You know, the black and white stripes almost looks like a mask. You know,
it's very powerful on the graphic level.
It's a graphic, iconic sort of image, and then the character. I thought, the characters of a badger. The badgers are quite ferocious and very tenacious, and I thought that's what I wanted him to be like. But I also wanted to be intelligent. He's an intelligent, working-class badger. So he's got the deductive abilities of Sherlock Holmes, but he's also quite happy to beat the shit out of somebody, a suspect, to get information out of them.
Yes.
And the rat, I made the rat his
assistant.
Adjunct, his assistant. A detective rat's here, but he's in direct contrast. He's sort of upper class.
Yes.
You know, he talks like, I don't know if you've heard of Bertie Wooster.
See that in their interaction between the two of them.
He's sort of very elegant and very...
very classy.
Yeah. There's P.G. Woodhouse, a writer. He wrote a character called Bertie Wooster, and in the 30s. He's very similar to that sort of character. Or Lord Peter Wimsey, who was a detective.
Yes.
He was like this upper class detective who wore a monocle, you know. Because one of the themes in Grandville and in the books that are coming is friendship. It's the friendship between these two unlikely characters.
Especially with the aspect of the film noir, it's with this aspect that made me think about Black Sad. But the style of the two characters are very strongly different. But it made me think at the beginning of about Black Sad.
No, but it's beautiful, beautiful book.
Yes.
Every time I do a book, I put together a PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
That I can, if I'm at a convention or something, I can do a presentation about it. And with Granville, I put together a talk on the history of anthropomorphic characters. You know, going back to Granville and Benjamin Rabier and people like this.
Yes.
I have Black Sad in the talk, as well as things like Omaha the Cat Dancer, you know, and Cerebus the Aardvark, who makes an appearance in this. A version of Cerebus the Aardvark is. Let me see. Where is it?
Just for the audience to know, it's drawings for your next volume
book,
of Grandville. So we have the confirmations. There will be another volume of Grandville.
Yes. But hopefully within the year, from what I gather.
Because it's a question I had a lot of time since I read this book with my friends. Will we see the Detective Le Broc again? So.
Well, like I said, if these first two do well, I want to do a series and really, go into the situation.
So at the end of the year, or at the beginning of 2000?
Perhaps beginning of next year, it may be coming out in French.
Okay.
I think the end of this year it comes out in English.
So it's a great news. So just to be clear, it's rough for the next volume.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. These are the inks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've actually done the cover for the colour for the first 5 pages. First 5 pages.
It's very like like the first, it's very dark.
Yeah.
It's very vibrant.
Yeah, and I try to sort of, I don't want the image, the colours too bright. I'm trying to sort of desaturate them.
But even if the characters are animals, it's sometimes terrifying. Like this character, you see, and these scenes with very bloody, very messy
teeth. Nature red in tooth and claw. Yeah. But yeah, the first, I don't know if you can see here, these people who've been massacred. You got Uncle Scrooge at the back there.
Yes. Yeah. We talked a lot on the internet, on the net, on the web about Milou.
Oh yeah.
Our character, the dog of our reporter Tintin. How did you come to introduce Milou in your?
Yeah, well, it isn't actually the dog from Tintin. It's somebody with the same name. It's a dog with the same name.
Yes.
But yeah, it's my homage to Hergé, really. You know, I mean, I grew up reading Tintin. When I was 5 years old, I discovered Tintin in the local library.
Yes.
English translations. And I love the Tintin books, so I thought it'd be nice. It's a great homage. But it's amazing. You mentioned it. A couple of people mentioned it this morning. A lot of people have mentioned that scene, and some people said felt really moved by it. I think it's only a page and a half. He's in for a page and a half, and a lot of people mentioned that scene.
I don't know. We were removed when we saw that. We think of it as an homage, but it was quite unusual to see that, this persona, this character like that. That's why it was also so vibrant for us. So, just to finish, could you see rough drawings of your next volume? We saw the first drawings that you almost finished, but like we said earlier.
I'm still inking. I ink it first before I colour it on the drawing board, and it's at this stage I scan it in and do the colours. But I've nearly finished. I've inked it all apart from the last 15 pages.
So you have pages.
This is a skit on Gaston and Lucy.
Now you see, we can see you love Friends.
Yeah, she's a new character in it, Billy. She's a badger. She's a prostitute in the story.
She doesn't seem like one in this.
Well, she's very cute badger. But yeah, if you want to see the rough pages, this one.
Yeah, this one.
These are the pencils I haven't inked yet.
So do you make a lot of time? Do you have a lot of time to make the ink? For a page, for example, it takes a day.
Yeah, it takes about a day. It takes about 3 days to pencil, ink, and colour.
Oh, okay. 3 days.
A page. Yeah, there's some rough.
Okay.
You see the quite scribble. The pencils.
I'm really amazed by the drawings. It's really precise. I love that. But I don't want to. Is it the end of the volume? Oh, I don't want to spoil everyone with this, so I can't stop it. Just one last thing. I'd like to thank you for your time. It was a real pleasure to meet you and to talk to you, and I hope to see you again in the future.
Yes, good, no trouble.
It was quite a pleasure for me.
A pleasure for me.
Thank you, Mr. Talbot.
Thank you.